What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled You're Going to Regret Your Dirt. You know, we glorify people who've done dirt, harmed other people in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I've seen recently some of the guys who've done a lot of dirt and who have been known for their reputation as far as doing dirt say, they're trying to work on rectifying their wrongs, working on their path to getting to heaven, as you could say, right? And I'm glad they said it, because their name in a certain vein goes farther than other people's. And it opens up a door for me to talk about stuff like this. Where, see, people think that if you do something negative and you get over and you get a reputation of doing something negative, and your reputation in some ways makes you infamous and makes you famous, people think about it in the moment. In that moment. And they forget that times are going to change. People are going to get older, and you're going to view things differently. There are people who've been in the streets and they were wilding. They got a reputation for wilding. And then as they get older, they see people in the streets wilding, and they see themselves, and they wish they could stop themselves, and they regret what they did to other people. Like everybody, I love hip hop culture, and everybody glorifies the drug dealer, but we don't talk about the drug dealers who regret dealing drugs. Forget about the criminal part of it. Forget about the financial part of it. The guys that regret what they did to their people, what they did to numerous families. Not the people who got on the drugs themselves, but with the drugs that they provided tore down relationships. Marriages, parenting relationships, immediate and extended family relationships. And some of them know, it came knocking on their door. Sometimes the overdoses and the things that people did on drugs that damaged other people that didn't never touch drugs, but that affected them. Like some of this sexual abuse is tied to this drug use, right? And people come to see that, and it's like, you're gonna regret that dirt. You got some people out here who are, I would say, muscle, and they got a reputation for being muscle, and at some point, the family, children, and friends of the people that they had to enforce their muscle on came back to haunt them. There are some cases where you could do something to somebody and a child is around, and the child finds out, and that child grows up with a chip on their shoulder that you put there. You may be a changed person, but somebody might be looking for you. And some days there's days of rectification. I remember watching a video of a young lady who was grown, and she beat the brakes off this old man, and they were trying to tell her to stop, but the girl just yelled out like, he used to rape me as a kid. And the old man couldn't, and then all the people stopped. Well, so he old, whatever. That's his fault. That type of stuff happens. I've seen people who are thieves, you know, thieves and scam artists, and they steal. They get a kick out of it. They get a rush from stealing from people, and they're wasteful with the money that they're stealing as because they're thieves in general. And what winds up happening over time, they see themselves. You know, now they know what it's like to earn $1, and somebody come along with a quick scam to steal hard-earned money from somebody, and they realize how that hard-earned money that was stolen can affect a family. You know, and people. I mean, I've had my debit card and credit card stolen and used. You know, you go to the gas station and all of a sudden you just got charge after charge after charge, and somebody's out here they living it up. And then they regret all the people they stole from because of what it leads to. See, everybody, and there's some people who, they're successful at dirt. And you see them, you think living in a paradise because they're walking on nice manicured lawns and nice ambiance over the bones and blood of the bodies that they've buried with their dirt. And that lets you know how crazy that they are. And for me, I'm like, you enjoy this life as best you can, because you're going to hell. Because you sitting here drinking and eating and smoking and praising the fact that, look at what your dirt got you. You feeling good about yourself. You got the finest of clothes. You better enjoy it. You better enjoy how it feels. It's not going to end well. I reference show Bad Blood on Netflix. And, like I said this in another video. One of the main characters in the beginning was like, they killed my son. They killed my father. And the guy looked at him like, what makes your son more important than everybody else's son that you killed? Everybody else you killed was somebody's son. So now somebody's supposed to have more feeling for you? It doesn't register until it hits home. And sometimes, people regret their dirt, because some people do get away with their dirt only to watch their family have the repercussions. Because sometimes, you could change your life in the world that you left, and the energy you put out comes back to your house, your doorstep. Only it's coming at the next generation. It's coming at a time when you too old to do something, and now you regret your dirt. Now I'm a firm believer in this. I give much respect to people who've done dirt and they're trying to correct it, even if they can't, even if it looks insurmountable. The fact that they're trying says a lot. I mean, I really tip my hat off to people like that, because they know what they did, and they can't. They don't know how far and wide that dirt went, but they know they're trying to go far and wide to balance their negative out with positive things. So everybody, that road to redemption, I'm gonna respect. But I'm glad when people say that, they regret what they did, because a lot of people out here lying and playing and hustling people. Same thing with relationships. A lot of people don't realize there are people who, you're going to regret the dirt you did when you cheated on somebody, you screwed somebody over, you played somebody, you used somebody. People regret that. The world finds a funny way of catching up with you for the things that you did. And a lot of us don't want to really deal with that, because, like I said, people are so cool when they're doing something to you, because when they're younger or more mean-spirited, they revel and enjoy their dirt. But after a while, when the high comes down and time passes, It's like, and you can forget you can forget the things you did when you were a certain person that affect other people, and that's the other thing about it. And I'm gonna get out of here with this one. Sometimes I've known people who forgot how bad they were, and people had to keep reminding them, "Yo, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, you did this," and everywhere they went, you know, they were reminded the things that they did to people, and it wasn't a one off. I had a bad day. I was in a bad season. You know, it was this was you as a person. These are numerous different people's experiences of you, and it ain't good. And then you regret the dirt because you realize it ain't always a one off. It ain't always this time I was doing this. This is who you were everywhere. Now you regret the fact that everywhere you go, you left a bad taste in somebody's mouth. And it wasn't the world. It was you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, people regret the dirt, man. So like, share, subscribe, talk about it. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.